everyone, it's Marianne. Welcome back to my channel. I promised you guys I would pop in here and give you an update once I saw the doctors and all that kind of stuff. So here we are. And for those of you who do follow me and watch all my shorts and stuff, I did do a little small video a few days ago talking about the trip to the surgeon. But this is going to talk about the infectious disease, wound care, moving up to Mounjaro 10.0, all the things. So here is the big health update that you guys may or may not have been waiting for. I don't know who actually cares, but I'm sharing for those of you who do. All right, first of all, y'all on TikTok had me cracking up because I've gotten so many comments about why are you always wearing your pinkish purple sweater? Is that the only thing you own? For the cold months of the year, yes. Because it's my favorite sweater. I got it on clearance at the Walmart. A couple of years ago, I think I got it on clearance for like $15, $15. I love this darn thing. But you know what? I'm sad because this is probably my last season with my purple pink goddess. I don't even know. Look, first of all, she's quite literally falling apart. I mean, I've got strings, there are holes, but also it's too big on me this year because I've lost 70 pounds. So it's too big on me, and I think that hopefully, if all goes well, this time next year, you will not see the purple goddess because it won't fit me anymore. Do I need to go buy a new sweater? Probably, but it's just so well broken. So yes, from like November to March, April, you will see this multiple videos because it's my favorite sweater. Okay, let's hop into it. First and foremost, this is my Friday, which means it's shot day, which means it's also weigh-in day. Let's just say that I cried when I stepped on the scale today, and not because I was happy. I gained pretty much 3 pounds, 2.9 pounds. I am frustrated. I am frustrated. And I know that all of the doctors that I saw in the last week, between the surgeon, the infectious disease, my primary care, the urgent care, all the doctors I've went and saw like last week or two, they're all telling me the same thing. They're like, your body isn't losing weight because it's dealing with all the other stuff. You got infections, you've got really high blood sugar because of the infection, you're on antibiotics, you've got all these medications your body is going to lose, but you need to get past all of this before you lose. So like, I get it, but I do not have time for a stall. I have been stalled now for weeks, like what, 7 weeks now? I've been bouncing the same like 2-3 pounds. You're up and then you're down, and then you're up and then you're down. The same 2-3 pounds. I've been bouncing between like, what, 380, I'm down to 382, whatever, 382 to 385, 86. I don't have time for a stall. I have to lose weight. I have to lose weight. Have to. Because I cannot have my surgery and fix the daily pain until it's fixed. I am so tired. I am so tired of my weight. I'm so tired of my weight. I'm tired of being big. I'm tired of the way I feel. I'm mad that I'm too fat for surgery. I am so tired of my weight. I don't know what to do. I have already gone low carb. I've gone high protein. I'm staying within my calorie count. I moved up to Mounjaro 10.0. Like, I'm frustrated. And it's fine. I'm all up in my, I had a good cry. I was really pissed at myself this week. And I know I'm probably being too hard on myself, but it's like, I don't have time for stall. I don't have time for stall. And so I'm frustrated. And the thing a couple good things. Let's talk about the move up to Mounjaro 10.0. First of all, the side effects weren't that bad. They were bad, but they weren't that bad. So like I take my shot on Friday morning. I eat breakfast and then I take my shot. And I got some nausea starting on Friday night. And then Saturday, nausea and heartburn. I could barely eat Saturday. I mean, everything I ate would just flare up the heartburn. I felt like I was going to puke pretty much. I mean, I was like, ooh, I definitely moved up. I can tell I moved up. But by Sunday, like I woke up Sunday, fine. Nothing. No heartburn, no nausea. I was fine. I was hungry. I ate, and no problems. And I have not had any other issues at all this week. Nothing. But I also haven't noticed anything different as far as like, I don't feel more full. I didn't have more constipation than usual. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I really, other than the heartburn and the nausea Friday night and Saturday, you couldn't even tell I moved up. I mean, really, you couldn't even tell I moved up. I took my second shot. The one thing I will say is, like, this is so weird. I was having where you have the injection site rash, which I know is common. I've talked about it before. You get like this red circle where you inject it, and it's like a rash. It gets itchy for a day or two and then it goes away. I did not get the injection site rash with the higher dose. Why? I don't know. We'll see if I get it this week. But I was like, hey, no rash. Weird, but I'll take it. But yeah, no side effects at all. But again, no positive effects either. Like, I don't feel more full. I don't, and maybe that will change with the second, third shot. I don't know. I find when I was moving up doses before, sometimes it took a couple of the higher doses where you really felt the effects of the higher dose. But really on the 7.5, I wasn't feeling particularly hungry anyway. The reason for moving up was not because I was feeling more hungry. It's because my weight loss stalled and I was having higher blood sugars. So on a positive note, though, my blood sugar this week, for the first time ever, I actually had a low with my blood sugar. And it was a low for me, but not a typical low. So my blood sugar, as I told you guys before, was bouncing higher above 100 and consistently. I was consistently falling into that pre-diabetic range, and I had a few times where it bounced up to close to 200. One day it was just slightly over 200, it was like 219. And that all happened with the belly button infection, all the antibiotics and stuff I'm on. My blood sugar has just been wonky. Well, for the last week since I took that 10.0, it has been consistently in the 90s. I mean, my fasting blood sugar has been like 90 to 95 every single morning, which is phenomenal. That's like normal people blood sugar. And the other day when I was like taking it before dinner, I mean, I ate lunch and everything, and it was like 97. So, I mean, my blood sugar has been absolutely on point, which is amazing. I am so excited my blood sugar finally came down. But I actually had a low the other day, but it wasn't a typical low. So I was sitting here. I skipped lunch that day because I had meetings at work that went through the whole day. I didn't have any time for lunch break. And I'm sitting there, and it's like 4:30. And I'm like, God, I'm getting hungry. And all of a sudden, I started getting the shakes. And I'm like, I've never had a low, but my mother was diabetic. And so I know the shakes and what they mean and all that kind of stuff. And I'm sitting there and I'm just like, I am going to straight up pass out. Like, I feel like I don't feel well. I haven't eaten. The work stuff is just going to have to wait. And I'm going to have to step away and eat something. So I grabbed a piece of cheese, of all the random things to grab, and started working on heating up my dinner. And as I was doing that, I went and took my blood sugar really quickly. It was 84. Now, 84 for a normal person is not technically a low. Like, that's a normal blood sugar, right? Isn't it like 70 to 99 or something like that? That's a normal blood sugar. So I was like, why am I feeling this way when it's not that low? And when I went to the infectious disease doctor yesterday and was kind of talking through, because we were talking through the Mounjaro and all blood sugar and all that kind of stuff, and he was like, well, but your body gets used to a higher blood sugar. So like, if you're diabetic and your blood sugar has been consistently high and your body is used to the higher blood sugar, then 84 will feel like a low because your body is not used to being that low. So my body isn't used to being at like a normal person's blood sugar. But he did say that as I'm consistently in that range, your body then gets used to it. But it scared me because I was like, my God, I live alone. What am I going to do if I pass out? I ended up being fine. I did not pass out. Obviously, it wasn't that low for me to have passed out, but I definitely felt it. And it shocked me a little bit. So definitely some improvement with the blood sugar. But other than that, like I said, I haven't really felt a difference in moving up. I just moved up. And obviously I did not lose weight. So, we will see. Shot 2 was today, and so we will see what happens. All right, so if you saw my shorts, you already know surgery is off the table, and I got asked by a lot of people on TikTok. They were like, you can find a surgeon that will do it. Probably. I'm sure if I surgeon shopped, I would probably find somebody who would be willing to do hernia surgery on me. I mean, there are people who are like, go to this doctor in such and such city. They'll do it on someone with a BMI of 50. And I get that, but I am going for long-term fixes, not Band-Aids. I have had so many surgeries due to the cancer and due to all of the things, because chemotherapy messes you up. So all of the things that come from chemotherapy and being fat, and just, look, I've had a lot of abdominal surgeries. And so why would I get the hernia fixed if it's not going to hold and I'm going to have to go back and do another surgery? I don't want more surgeries. At this point in life, with all of the surgeries I've had, I would like to minimize surgeries. I want to do a surgery when it is necessary. Hernia repair is necessary, but I want to do it when I'm at a healthier weight so that it will hold and we don't have to do this again. And I actually, out of all of the surgeons I've consulted with, the one that I went to this week is by far my favorite. He had the best bedside manner, super nice, a younger guy, really friendly, took the time to explain. Like, I actually liked him so well that that's who I will probably go with if he's still in the area. Because, doctors move around all the time, but if he's still in this area, that is who I want to do my surgery, just based on his bedside manner and the way he explained everything. He explained the why, he explained the risks. Like, if you live in Northwest Indiana and you need a surgeon, hit me up with an email or a message somewhere, because I will absolutely recommend this doctor all day. He had the best, impeccable bedside manner. And so I will 100% go with him. But after he explained the why, the how, the recovery, the fact that it's going to be a major surgery, because I'm not just fixing a hernia, I'm doing an abdominal repair. Yeah, I don't want to do that at my current weight. I already have mobility issues. Now, my mobility is better since I've lost 70 pounds, but I still weigh 385 pounds. I still have plenty of issues with mobility. With as major of a surgery as this is going to be, I need to be healthy to do it and for it to be successful. Could I find a doctor to temporarily Band-Aid it up and give me some relief for a few months? Yeah. But there are so many complications associated with that I'm not willing to do it. I will take the recommendation of the 5 million surgeons, it feels like, that I've consulted with, and I will wait till I'm a healthier weight. The belly button being removed is an option. I am going to wound care, as I said, and an infectious disease doctor. And basically, we're treating it that way first. If the belly button infections can be cleared up and kept under control, again, I would rather wait. But if it continues to be an issue, then removing the belly button is an option. But I would just really rather wait and get everything fixed with one surgery. So as far as infectious disease goes, they did cultures of the infection, and it's pretty complicated because it was an open hole. So your abdominal cavity, like, I literally opened a legit hole. Like, I don't know how else to explain it. It was open to the abdominal cavity. Thankfully, with all the antibiotics and creams, it is starting to heal itself again. So there is no immediate need to go in and surgically fix. We're, again, wound care. We're working on healing it ourselves. They could explain this way, but I'm not a medical professional. But essentially, it's healing. I have to go to wound care for like weekly check-ins, basically, to go in there and just make sure that things are healing properly. And I still, unfortunately, have my antibiotics got extended. Week 5 of antibiotics. So excited. Anyway, so yeah, another week of antibiotics, lots of creams, powders, and I have a visit next week with wound care again. I have another one Black Friday, the day after Thanksgiving. And then we will see at that visit where I'm at. If everything looks clear, then the infectious disease doctor and wound care will hopefully at that point release me from care. But when it comes to wound care, you just kind of don't know. You have to go until the wound is healed. But already in like the week and a half or so that I was on antibiotics and treating it with what I received from urgent care and from my primary care doctor, it's already in a really good spot, so we don't expect any complications. But they were cracking me up. They were like, no pools or hot tubs until we tell you you can get in there. And I was like, I don't plan on any pools or hot tubs until the spring, so we are good. The hot tub's put away, and there's no reason I would be doing either one until the springtime. So I have plenty of time for my belly button to heal up. So yeah, that is my health update for you guys. It's not the most inspiring or happy health update, but that is where I'm at. And hopefully in the next few weeks, as my body heals from the infections and as my blood sugar is now in normal people range, I will start to see some positive momentum in the right direction. But I am frustrated. And it's funny because when people see that I'm in a stall, they try to, give me advice on like, eat more protein. Well, I'm already getting 100 to 120 grams of protein per day. Get more movement. I can't because I'm not allowed to. My doctor has me on restrictions due to the hernia and the infection. I can do like chair exercises, which I do every day, but I can't do other things. So like a lot of the things, like drink more water. I'm already drinking more water than it's recommended. Like I don't, you know what I mean? Like, and I appreciate it because I love that people care enough to offer advice on like, here, try this because it might help you get your stall broken or whatever. And you're not wrong, and I appreciate the suggestions, but a lot of times I've already done that, including somebody's like, well, just cut your calories more. I did. I was doing 2,000 to 1,800 to 2,000, and I brought it down to just 1,800, not going over 1,800. So it's like, I've done all of those things, and it's just not moving. Now, my doctors, like multiple doctors at this point, are all saying it will happen when my body heals from the infection. I hope they are right, because otherwise I don't know how to break the stall. But I'm having faith in the fact that this is just a setback and that hopefully the scale will start moving in the correct direction again, especially with the higher dose of Mounjaro and with my blood sugar finally being stabilized. I do think the blood sugar being stabilized is going to be the game changer. So hopefully I'm right. But yeah, one day at a time. Everybody goes through stalls and plateaus. That's just part of the weight loss journey, but I'm just letting it get me down a little bit this week. But I want to hear from you guys. How are you doing? How was your week? What is something that you are really proud of this week? What is something you're struggling with that you'd like to talk about it? And for those of you who don't know, I do also have my Substack, which I try to post. I'm going to try to post more often there with some of like my daily check-ins and stuff. So if you're interested in following, there will be a link below. And then for those of you who don't know, I also have an author YouTube channel. I do a lot of things. So if you want to find me other places online, go below, check out my links page, and you can see where else you might want to connect with me with. But leave me a comment. If you don't feel like responding with like an actual written comment, then leave me an emoji of your favorite animal so you can say hi that way. And I will see you guys in the next one. Bye, guys.